Okay, Val, I've given you a growing pattern here. It's a growing pattern. Any guess why it's called a growing pattern?
Because this is one row, then one more row, and then two more.
So it's growing. Sure, yeah. All right. So what are you noticing it's growing by each time?
Just one more level.
Okay. What are you noticing? How does it change each time with each build?
It changes with, well, it counts up three more yellow tiles.
Okay. So I gave you the board over there because you're going to be our recorder. So for build 1, how many tiles do we have, Valerie?
3.
Okay. Can you write that?
Okay. 3, and then
Build 2, how many tiles, Val?
6.
All right. Pause, Michael. You already are guessing what our 4th build is going to be. How are you able to do that?
I'm adding up 3 more.
Hey,
to
I know
this,
what
so-
this is.
You know how many is that one?
Well, when you have 5 in a row and one more row of 5, that's 10.
Mm-hmm.
And this is 3 down.
So how many do you have?
9.
Okay. So Valerie, I want you don't have to use yellow tiles, but I want you to do what the 4th build would be. And Michael, you already filled it in, right? Or you're about to?
No.
Fill it in and then
did
Val can check to
16.
see if you're right.
Okay. Can you do this?
12.
3.
All right, Valerie, you created the 4th build there, didn't you?
Yeah.
And what did you do? How is it different than the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd?
It has one more level.
Of how many tiles?
3.
Okay. How many total tiles are in that one?
Don't just randomly count. If that helps you, sure, but
12, because I knew these were 4, and 4 plus 4 is 8.
Oh, so you started from 8 and then counted on 4 more?
Yeah.
Was that kind of what you were telling her to do?
no, but
Hang on, Valerie. Hang on. You had also said before you knew that this was 9, didn't you? And check it out. If this is 9, you could also have said in your brain, okay, 9, 10, 11, 12.
well, this
So there are
how
different
I did.
ways to count those tiles.
This is how I did.
What
So
would you do?
there are. So if you do a number under 9, 9. So for an example, if you have the number 5, you add 1 to the 9 to make it a 10, and then you have 4 left, so it's 14. And 9 is kind of a number that you can do that, and for me, it's fun to do that sometimes.
So explain to me how that relates to this, Michael.
Well,
You went from 9 to
Well-
12.
so this,
And I heard you whispering, don't just count from the beginning or something like that, right?
Yeah.
What was the strategy you were suggesting for Val?
is it okay so I was just saying don't go 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't just like count on. I was just saying maybe you could count by 3s, or you
Count by 10s.
can't count by 10s. You just go
Well, maybe you could look.
10.
10, 11, 12.
10, 20, 30,
you
40,
could, but-
50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100.
So, Michael, you were suggesting to go 3, 6, 9, like that.
Well, I was saying you could do that, but I was just saying don't go like 1, 2, 3, 4. But
You could do it that way too. You'd get to
mean,
you'd get to 12
it
either
would
way.
take a
right?
little longer, but
Yeah. So Valerie, you found 12 tiles in the 4th build, and Michael, you had already written that without building it.
Yeah.
How did you know?
well, like I said before, 9, you just, when you have like 3 or a number like that, you add 1 to make it a 10, and then it's as easy for me to add the rest.
But you must know that there's some sort of pattern happening here for you to know, without even building it, the fourth build in your pattern was going to have 12. What did you add to 9? from the
I
third
added
build?
a 3.
Oh.
I added 3.
So what do you notice is happening here?
A pattern of 3s.
Okay. So if you know it's going up by 3
Counting
each
by
time.
3s.
Okay.
There.
Well then how about here?
Um,
What do we do about 8?
8 is 15? No. I was just that would be 5 if I'm adding there.
Yeah.
There. So. Oh, I think I know how to do this.
So I kind of want you to
24. Do you know what I
You can
did?
write it down and then you have to tell us how you got that. Because Valerie, if you and I had to sit here and make 4 more builds, that would take a while, wouldn't it? That would be a lot of build and a lot of tiles. What did you know here to go from
Well,
build 8 is going to have 24 tiles?
I know that 4 is 12 tiles. So then 8 divided into divided into 2 is 4. So if you split 8, that would be 4. So it's just adding 12 plus 12.
So you notice the relationship here was double?
Yeah.
So you doubled that?
Yeah,
All right.
I doubled it.
So what do we do now when we go from 8 to 10?
Um,
How do we figure out how many tiles?
30 tiles.
How in the world did you figure that one out?
20.
You can write down 30.
Okay, so
There must be some other relationship you're noticing.
I just added, because 2 and then 8 is 2 away from 10. I added 2 threes, so 3 plus 4 is 7, so it's 27. And then added 3 more, which 7 plus 3 is 10. And then add the 24 is 30.
Interesting. So I want you to sit and look for a minute a little more deeply at this table and what you're already noticing. I want you to tell me if you can figure out, you're telling me there's a relationship here, right? Because we go up by 3s. You're also kind of telling me there's a relationship between this number and this number, between the build that it is and the number of tiles. Because in a minute, we have to write down the rule here. Any number build, we should be able to figure out how many tiles it is without having to lay out the tiles on the table.
Okay.
All right, you had an aha moment. What'd you realize?
I realized 1 3 times is 3, so it's just you.
Does that work for all of these?
I think so.
Show me. So you said 1 3 times is 3. 2 3 times is
6.
that true?
No.
2 3 times is not 6.
Well, yeah, it is true.
Let's see,
but-
look. 2 3 times.
Oh, so it's 3 times. Well, it's 3. No matter what, you do that number 3 times.
Which number?
Every single
You do this number 3 times, or
Wait,
you
no.
do this number 3
these
times?
numbers.
So the build number. So if we had to explain the rule, whatever the number build is, what do we have to do to it?
You just how do I say this?
So if I have build number 4, what did I do to it to get 12?
Wait. No matter what number you have, you double it 3 times.
You multiply it 3 times. Multiply it by 3.
Multiply.
Or
it
you were
by
also
3.
saying before when I wasn't recording you could skip count by 3 that many times.
Mhm.
Nice.
You skip count.
Did you get 60? All right, so let's test out your theory here. We should be able to take any build, any number here, and figure out how many tiles it's going to be without having to actually build it with tiles. So on the back here I wrote build 20. According to your rule, don't say it, think it in your head. Actually, write it down, but don't let Val see. How many tiles should we have on our 20th build? You say we take the number build and we multiply it by 3, or we skip count by it 3 times.
Yeah. Got
Okay,
it.
keep it in, keep it in. Valerie, Michael says that for whatever our build number is, if we triple it or skip count by it 3 times, we should be able to figure out how many tiles. So
I know.
if we're at 20 and we skip count by 20 3 times, how many tiles would we have with our 20th build?
60.
Oh my goodness. How'd you go from 20 to 60?
20, 40, 60.